One question, only one answer. Whoever gets it, you're playing for $10,000. That's it. Whoever guesses this wins the game. Here we go. Name Popeye's favorite food.
Chicken! Oh my God!
Show me chicken!
Spinach, Gerry.
Show me spinach! Show me
I thought you meant Popeye's
chicken!
Some of the fun times on Family Feud Canada. Boy, do I have a lot of fun watching Family Feud Canada. And you know that there are a lot of Montreal families that end up on the show. The show is now, they've done 3 seasons, and you always seem to find a Montreal family in the heat of the action. The host of Family Feud Canada is Gerry Dee, comedian extraordinaire as well. And Gerry Dee is on the line. Hi, Gerry.
Hello, salut, ça va?
Ça va très bien, ça va très bien.
Good.
So, Gerry, let me ask you here. First, let's start off with you and Family Feud Canada, because I don't know this story. How did you get to be the host of Family Feud Canada?
You know, yeah, I guess they acquired the rights to the show, and, you know, behind the scenes, they were discussing hosts, and thankfully, my name came up, and they called me, and it was a very quick yes, and a very excited yes, so it's been a delight to do it.
Okay, a quick yes. It's been a delight. So I would imagine it is as fun to shoot the series as it looks when you watch it on TV.
Yeah, you know, it really is. It's very different than scripted television. I don't know what I'm walking into each day. I get a few notes on the families about an hour before the show. But I think the best part of it is the families, the excitement they have. I mean, you know, they're on television, most of them for the first time, and I think they get a real kick out of that. And when they watch it, they have these big viewing parties with their family and friends, their communities. And it's just a lot of fun to be a part of that. And as you said, we've had a lot of Montreal families. We love having them. I get to practice my grade 12 Ontario French for a few seconds, which is not always great. But, you know, it's just great that we have that, you know, the Quebecois and the Quebec representation on the show, which is really important to us.
When you get that scouting report about the families and you find out that one of the families is from Quebec, are you excited? Are the Quebec families a little bit extra special?
I think everybody's special from the regions they're from. I mean, obviously that's, you know, we do get some people from the Acadian regions of the East that are French, but it's very important to me and the production team and the network that we have French representation on the show. You know, obviously they're on there speaking English, but we tend to try. I certainly always try to welcome them with some French because I think that's important. Yeah. And as limited as my French is, but you know, representing Montreal, which is, you know, one of the greatest cities in the country. And I love going there and doing just for laughs. And I've done that many times, and it's just such a great city. It's a world-class city. And so obviously very important to us that we have, you know, people from not only Montreal, but anywhere from Quebec where they, you know, would enjoy the show and be able to do it with us.
Well, it's so great because especially, you know, the families from Montreal, they're bilingual, obviously, if they're ending up on your program. Some of them are trilingual. You think of like the Italian families you have that have 3 languages or that. So, Gerry, I got to ask you, so you're looking for families from Quebec right now. You're actively seeking out. So if I've got listeners here who've always said to themselves, you know what, our family would be great on Family Feud, what should they do?
Well, I think there's an audition process where they would go to the website. I believe it would be cbc.ca/Family Feud Canada. But it's pretty easy to find, you know, audition process for Family Feud Canada. And you put a video together and send it in. And, you know, they're looking for families with energy. And one thing I'd say to the families, it's probably a lot more fun than you think. You know, we get such a great representation across Canada. And we just always want to make sure we have Montreal represented very well.
Gerry, can you say if there's any sort of, like, is there what makes a family good at Family Feud. What are the skills a family has that you see over the years? Oh, that's how you get a winner.
Well, what the casting looks for is probably different than what I look for. They want fun energy. I want really bad, so I can have fun and bad answers like the chicken. But at the end of the day, we just really want families that want to be there and are excited, and we always have that. So I think we had one episode in last season. It was a family from Montreal against a family from Montreal, which is very rare to have two families from the same city or town against each other. So it was fun because they played on, they talked about which parts of Montreal they were from and their favorite places to go. And it was a real great Montreal moment for the show.
We're with Gerry Dee, host of Family Feud Canada, the show currently looking for families from Montreal, from Quebec for their next season. Gerry, is there skill involved when it comes to Family Feud Canada?
Yeah, I think there is. And I think families that kind of study a little bit ahead of time do have an edge. I mean, there's certain times you would pass, and I've seen that very, very rarely, but these families do their research. They practice. It's 10 times more nerve-wracking on the television show than at home with your family. And I think the more they practice at home, the better chance they have of if it's going fluid, right? Because you can know the answers, but if you're nervous, which is normal, it's going to take longer. But yeah, I think families that prepare well do well.
What's been your highlight from either on air or behind the scenes when the cameras aren't rolling?
I think the highlight is always just seeing the families when they first arrive. Obviously I love that chicken moment. That was very good for the show. And but when the families arrive and getting to meet them and seeing how pumped they are, that's the most exciting commonality for me, is that constant that there's, we've never had a family. We've had over probably close to 300 games. So 600 families. And I've never seen one that was not uber excited to be there. And I get the most excitement out of seeing them excited. So it's a win-win in that sense.
Gerry, thanks for hopping on the show this morning. I hope you coming on the program gets you lots of fantastic Montreal families.
Oh, me too. And thanks for having me. You have a great day.
That's Gerry Dee, stand-up comedian, of course, the host of Family Feud Canada.